What's up guys, this is Yacineygo, so we just got some new cards, but before we go any further, I really wanted to go over the Maze of the Master set list because, you know, I haven't really covered it yet. Obviously, I was too busy traveling from freaking Australia back to Canada. So yeah, let's get right into it. As soon as you smash the like and subscribe button, of course. By the way, I will be making a recap on how the YCS went and everything. Yeah, the Galaxy and Tachyon and Schwarzschild cards, these cards are all extremely good, and Dragoluxion is also very good, and it's playable in Cyber Dragon. So yeah, it's a rank 8 that searches a Galaxy card from your deck to your hand on summon, and then you can transform it into like a Harbinger, right? So that's all it really does. So it searches Galaxy Soldier. You can make it with like 2 Horus monsters, and then if you got like Cyber Dragon Hertz, then that's a free Infinity and a Harbinger and some other things. So you can even play like Go First Cyber Dragon, but it's not like super consistent. But yeah, Dragoluxion is looking nice. Huge fan of that card. Just overall really good. The new ABC support. It's like the worst timing for this deck, unfortunately, because it has to like coexist in a format where there's already Artifact Lancia and, you know, Bestios and Shifter and the Chummies and stuff like that. And it's kind of unfortunate for this deck because it kind of loses to all those cards. So yeah, it's a deck that will probably become much better over time, and I think it has a really good foundation. And I've made like a bunch of videos on the deck, so if you're not sure what it can do, just check out my most recent ABC video, and that should clear things up for you. But yeah, this deck will not be super expensive, so if you want to get your hands on this deck ASAP, you can do so. But 7 Tachyon is already looking like a super expensive chase card. Everybody wants it, everybody needs like 3 copies of it. And it's also good outside of Raziel. You know, you can play this in like Exorcister, for example, and Galaxy, right? Obviously, that makes sense. it's a Tachyon card. I hope it's good in its own kind of like, I don't know, like archetype? Not really archetype, but you get what I'm trying to say. Trickstar cards, nobody gives 2 shits. The Duke of Demise, that card's pretty nice. Spirit, blah, blah, blah. Clear. The clear cards are so bad. So bad. Like, so incredibly bad that they could have been printed with these effects back in, like, 2012, and they probably still would have been garbage. Yeah, Singularity Fiend. Yeah, that card's interesting. It's a Fiend monster with 0 attack and 0 defense, so obviously there is synergy in Ubel. And it is a hand trap that can destroy, like, 5 monsters when they're summoned at the same time. Like, up to 5 monsters, obviously. So if your opponent Pendulum summons, like, 5 monsters in one shot, you just destroy all of them. But if you're only trying to destroy 1 monster with this card, it's usually never really worth it. As yeah, the rest doesn't really matter all that much. Yeah, Allure Queen cards, not bad, but not like super insane. And then some reprints that nobody really cares about. There are some reprints that are really good though. So if you're trying to play these old decks like Thunder Dragon, Mermail, I mean Mermail is not like super, you get what I'm saying. And then you know, Sword Soul, that's pretty nice. But Molchimi Perulia getting a reprint in the set is really nice, but my favorite reprint is a Crystron Quarion Gondrax. So that card was one of the 2 really expensive cards to get in the Crystron deck, alongside Crystron Citri. But Citri is getting reprinted as a common in OTS Pack 27, if I recall correctly. So now we're looking at a rare copy of Quarion Gondrax, a common Citri, and a common Solfafnir. This deck is worth absolutely less than nothing now. Get my Crystron spreadsheet. That's the only thing that's going to cost you a little bit of money, and it's going to be a really good investment, and it's only 20 US actually. 20 US to top your next YCS. Oh my god, I would take that deal any day of the week. But yeah, everything else is like not really whatever. Temple of the Kings, embodiment of who cares. Alright, cool. Let's get into the first new card, which is Dragentail Muller. Yes, that looks like English. Okay, so what is this card? Level 3 Dark Dragon. Okay, weird stats. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter if it's like more than 1,000 so that you can't make El Mirage because it's a dragon anyway, so who cares. During the main phase quick effect, you can fusion summon 1 Dragentail fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. Also, you can all special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except fusion monsters. So yeah, this card is a card that single-handedly fuses and on the field, and it's during the main phase quick effect. So on your main phase, on your opponent's main phase, that's already really good. That's already incredible. And if this card is sent to the graveyard as a material for a fusion summon, you can set a Dragentail spell or trap from your deck. Then you can negate the effects of 1 face-up monster upon controls. That is actually quite good. That is really good. I forgot what were like the other materials to summon your Dragentails. I don't know if you need like some. Hold on a second. How do you even write Dragentail? Dragentail. Dude, am I stupid? Dragentail. No, it's not working. How? This makes no sense. Dragentail. Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, it's 1 word. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I got scammed. Here it's written like 2 words. So is it like a Dragentail monster or not? I'm so incredibly confused. Yeah, for the fusion, you need a Dragentail monster and 1+ monster in the hand. Oh my god, okay, so that's actually free real estate. Okay, so in other words, this card is cracked. Like, extremely good. If you have this in any monster, you get your stuff going. I will absolutely take that. So yeah, we're off to a great start, and I think Dragontail is actually one of the decks I'm really looking into for next format. Well, I mean, for when this set will come out. But I'm personally more interested in Yummy at the current moment. I think Yummy is also, like, super cracked. But Dragontail is actually kind of scary. It might be like the new Raziel and Malice, you know, where Yummy can play like 20 hand traps and like 17 one-card starters, but like pretty much no bricks. And this deck, it does play a lot of like bricks, quote-unquote, like the trap cards, the cards that do nothing on their own, but the ceiling level is much higher. So this might be comparable to Malice, and Yummy might be comparable to Raziel, I guess you can say. But yeah, whatever. This is the final card, Invoked Magistus Omega. Alright, okay, cool. Yeah, level 8 Dark Beast with 2800 attack and 2000 defense. And of course, it is not only an Invoked monster, but also a Magistus monster. Gotta love to see it. Anyways, you can only use the first and second effect once per turn if this card is special summoned. Not even fusion summoned, special summoned. So you properly summon this card once and then you can use the effect again. You can target one fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link monster in your grave, and one monster on the field, banish them. So that's super easy to achieve. Super easy. This is already, I mean, kind of broken actually when you think about it, because I can see Alistair being a one card out to like an infinite material detonator now. You could just go like, I mean, nah, not really, because they're just gonna pop the Alistair and then you can't make the fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link, but you get the point, right? If you can get like any of these kinds of monsters in the grave, then it becomes super easy for you to break your opponent's board, and then you just banish the detonator. And also, we're not done yet. If this fusion summon card is destroyed by battle by card effect, you can special summon one level 4 spellcaster from your deck. Then you can equip this card to it as an equip spell that gives it 1000 attack. Holy shit. This card is the nuts. Literally designed to beat Raziel. I mean, at least without the field spell. But again, you go normal summon Alistair, get your search, make whatever link 1, and then activate the invocation. Well, I mean, you gotta make a link 1 and then another link 1 on top. So, you know, the El Mirage into Secure Gardener. And then, yeah, you fuse. And then, yeah, and then you banish, like, the link in your grave and the detonator on the field. And then your opponent chains detonator, destroy this. And then you go effect, the special summon, like a Magistus monster, for example, from your deck. And then you equip this. And then you keep playing. So yeah, one single Alistair gets you places. This is insane. This card is completely cracked. It might have been, like, even more broken if it was, like, either a Contact Fuse monster, which obviously would have broken. Yeah, Alistair would have been, like, actually degenerate. Or if it... I don't know, allowed you to use your opponent's monsters also. But yeah, again, we can't have everything. I think this card is actually better in the Invoked deck, I mean, with the Invoked engine, than it is in just like pure Magistus without Alistair, because how the hell are you summoning this card without Alistair? Thinking. Yeah, and I'm not sure if you're really trying to play Alistair in Magistus, because then your deck is going to have like 27 normal summons, which is, you know, not ideal. There's probably a way to do it, especially if you play over 40, but... if you're trying to play like a clean Magistus deck list with 40 cards and not too many normal summons, I'm not sure you're trying to play like 7 Alistairs. You know, there's Meltdown, there's an Alistair, there's whatever, Terraforming. That might be too much. So yeah, that's usually my issue with Alistair. It's just that it's really... there's not a lot of decks that can really take advantage of that engine, but in the Blue Eyes deck, you can, because... you normal summon Alistair, and then you make the Spirit with Eyes of Bloom, and then you get your extra normal summon for the Sage anyways. So yeah, Magistus is not the only deck that can benefit off of this card. Clearly, Blue Eyes can as well. And this card is an extremely good card to summon on the Crackback. It's not, obviously, it's not a turn 1 card, because there's nothing to banish when you summon this on turn 1. Except if you, like, link this card off, and then you revive it back on your opponent's turn. That could be really interesting, because again, it says if this card is special summoned, not when, you know, if this card is fusion summoned. So yeah, I think this card is really good. I think this card is insane in whatever deck that can play Alistair, really. It shouldn't be too hard to summon either. It really makes Super Poly much better as well, because now you just use Alistair and whatever fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link your opponent has, and then you keep breaking the board even more. Right, this is... completely insane. And then when it dies, you keep extending. This is like the most broken part about this. Oh my god. And also you give your monster 1000 attack, which nobody really cares about. It doesn't really change anything. It doesn't add any depth, but it's a cute little bonus to have. So yeah, huge fan of this card. Super insane. A huge fan of this Dragontail monster. Also super insane. And overall, I want to say Maze of the Master is a cool set, but it doesn't have like a huge amount of like insane cards for sure. I mean, the Odeon cards, fantastic. Huge fan of them. I think they're really good. The Galaxy and Tachyon cards, Sword Shield, Infinity Dragon, Insanity. I think those cards are actually broken, but obviously not everybody can play them because they kind of do lock you under a lot of restrictions. 7 Tachyon is arguably a tier 0 card. It's actually unfair. It's unreasonably good. It's just that, again, you can only play this in Xyz decks, but it's like the card itself, when you read it, it power creeps a lot of searchers in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it can search a huge amount of cards, and it can search freaking Artifact Lancia. I'm looking very forward to having to deal with 9 Artifact Lancias when this card will come out. It's not gonna be fun. No, not at all. And yeah, everything else is like, yeah, alright, sure, whatever, cool story, bro. Trickstars, nobody cares. And yeah, a lot of cards that just overall are not gonna change anything to your life. Oh yeah, Cutter Shark, I think that's a okay card. Gimmick Puppet Fiendish Knight is actually a very good card in Gimmick Puppet. Actually, creates a lot of new FTKs for the deck. But yeah, the rest is just, like I said, the kind of whatever. It's not like bad, but it's not like super insane. But some of these reprints are nice, like I said. Especially Molchimi Perelia and Crystron Corion Gondrax. I can't stress that enough, right? The deck wasn't like super expensive to begin with, but now it's like borderline free. You can be as broke as me and afford the Crystron deck now, which I can almost afford the Crystron deck at this point. It's actually unbelievable. Yeah, it would have been nice if I actually owned the Crystron deck. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.